He was amazing. He was really, really good, Jean-Claude. Became champion, I became champion, and then we had that passion to go to Hollywood.
Yeah.
I mean, people, American there, they try to make it in Hollywood, they cannot. Two little Belgian guy going from Brussels to Hollywood to try to make movies. You crazy.
Welcome to Spotlight, a conversation with. In this series, we dive into the lives and careers of fascinating people. In this episode, our guest is Mohammed Qissi, also known as Tong Po. He is an actor, director, writer, action choreographer, and is known for his roles Bloodsport, Kickboxer, Lionheart, Last Comedy, and recently you have filmed a movie with Uwe Boll. It's Run, which will coming soon. I'm happy to have him here in the show. Thanks for coming, Mr. Qissi.
It's my pleasure. Here. You're here, right?
My pleasure too. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome too. Mr. Qissi, first question.
Yes.
Regularly on my show is how you typically start your regular day, Mr. Qissi.
Voilà. My regular day is just walking. If I have near me the beach, I go to the beach. If I have near me forest, I go to the forest. First thing I do early in the morning, 6 a.m., sometimes 7 a.m., sometimes 5 a.m. I go just have a walk for 1 hour.
Wow.
Then I come back, I take a nice shower, and then I have my breakfast.
Yeah.
Because if you get up and you have breakfast, it's not the same thing. You don't enjoy your breakfast as much.
Great. Because not everybody is walking 1 hour, right?
Of course. I mean, I think it's easy for everybody, I believe. 1 hour walk, my God. And if you strong, just have a stronger walk. When I feel good, I walk, but I walk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, great.
And then if I feel tired, then I take my time. I walk slowly. But, I'm trying, of course, after my breakfast to answer, my fan, because without my fan, I'll be nothing. So I try to answer, because I have, to be honest, many. So I try to answer to as much as I can. I have two people also helping me on Facebook, Instagram. And then, of course, I see, to spend the maximum of time with my family, wife, children, because it's the most precious thing we have in life. And then, of course, my mom and dad, but they're gone. But when they were alive, I was spending as much time as I could with my mom and dad. Extremely important. So all those guys out there, don't forget your mom and dad. Try to spend the maximum of time with them, or
yes.
I'm coming to you. So
my deep condolences for your loss. Yeah, family is very important, like you say. It's
I lost
the most
them like
important.
I lost them at 2014, and as you said, it is the most important thing we have in life. It's our parents, and then after, your wife, your children, of course. But then I try to have a nice lunch. I try to eat as healthy as I can, and then just I do a lot of social work. I go to example kindergarten. I go to a lot of kindergarten.
Okay.
3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, because
a little bit education, or what,
no, because,
what's about?
Sorry,
it's about education, or what's about the kindergarten thing?
I'm explaining. Give me time to explain,
Yes.
or I'm coming to you. Don't cut me next time.
No, sorry.
So I've been doing that for like over 30 years, and especially after the big success of Tong Po, then I the idea came up just because, my God, so many victims, so many people die from drugs, I mean, all over the planet. The bigger cancer we have is drugs, but we don't really, some people don't realize, because, any parents, no parents, no mom and dad likes to say my daughter or son died because they were toxicoman, because they were drug addict. Nobody likes to say that, of course, but so many people die from it. So I'm trying to help as much as I can with martial arts. So what I do with karate, Shotokan, kata, not the fight, not you don't touch me, I don't touch you. I've done that, not good. God gave us this physique, give us this brain, give us this unbelievable, the heart, the liver, the lungs. I mean, imagine what we have, and especially the brain. I mean, it's just amazing. And then coming and hit you, or you hit me, I don't think it's normal. I mean, it should be like a temple. We should really protect what God gave us. So that's why I always motivate young parents to do martial arts, karate, Shotokan, to make sure their children goes really young there, because kata is not easy. If you don't start really young, it's tough. And also comes from Japan. Japan, it's like very respectful, extremely respectful, and that I love that, because in life if you don't have respect, you have nothing. So you don't do to somebody something you don't want them to do to you. Anyway, and also many parents don't like to put their children in karate. Why? Because for them karate is violence, but a lot of them don't know about kata. So I want them to understand kata is so good for their kids. And kata is first great for your memory, for the kids, because you have to study 26 kata. Each kata has so many different movement, which you have to study the right place. Your feet have to be in the right place. You have to be based in the right place. You have to have your hand in the right place. You have to have your head in the right place in each different movement. I mean, all that you need to memorize. So that helped those kids of 3, 4, 5 years old, 6 years old. Once they go to school, it really helped them in their study, because school, of course, it's extremely important. So that already helped them, instead of giving them a smartphone, which screw them up. Like a lot of mom and dad do
These
that
days,
huge mistake to give them that smartphone, or that to play, or the PlayStation, or all that. So if that's why for 30 years and over 30 years, because was it in 19 first time after Tong Po, we did it in 87, 90 I started to do that in 1990. And then what I do is I locate the kindergarten. Okay, I talk to the responsible. And most of them, of course, they love the idea. And I go to near the kindergarten, and I try to find the best master with the best student, and a mixed girls and boys who comes and give an exhibition, a demonstration in the kindergarten. And and then, of course, the parents of those kids, a girl and boy, who are really good, I bring them, they're like what, 8, 9, 10 years old, but they're really good because they've been going to training and doing Shotokan kata karate in since they were 3. My kids, I put them at 2. But it's tough. It's just because I really knew the master. The master is great. His name is Aziz Shakir. He's amazing, unbelievable. He has a dojo, a club, which we have now together in Tata, which is near the Sahara of Morocco, because there so many kids are being forgotten. Nobody think really about those kids in the Sahara. So he's the guy who had the idea to go there. One day I was there to shoot a movie called Road to Kabul. I met him, loved the place, brought my children there, my wife, and then that's where they learned karate because I thought he was amazing. I even didn't see him doing anything, and I knew he was amazing. Why? Because I just saw his kid. His boy was at that time 5 years old, and you had to see the way he was doing his Taikoko Shodan, his karate. His kata. It was just amazing. So I said, oh my God, his dad must be really good. And now in Morocco, like now 15 years later, he's the number one. He's the one who won most of the medal, the dojo who won the most medal. My older son, they all been champion. And my oldest one, I'll send you if you want the video of Jean-Claude Van Damme talking about my son, and you'll see.
Hey guys, how are you? Soon to be, I will show you my nephew, Yao, who live in Morocco with my brother, Mohammed Qissi, who played Tong Po.
ديالي أيوم قيسي ديت عدة بطولات في المغرب في كاراتي شوتوكان وكنتمنى لك التوفيق في هذا الفيلم الجديد ديالك وراك عزيز علينا عمي فان دام.
Will be in my next movie as a Tong Po character to bring back the epic fight, but also something else which will make lots of sense to make this movie total, in a sense, total reality, and not a reality.
And he had the African Championship. He won. He got the first place, and now he's preparing for the World Championship.
Wow!
So, and what is the best compliment for a parent? It's when you have neighbors, people coming and say, "Oh my God, your kids are so sweet, so nice, so respectful." So that's the best compliment you can have in your life. Now, I find those people, right? The master, the kids, the parents of the kids. We go to the kindergarten. We do a little fiesta with the kids of the kindergarten, 3 years old, 4 years old, 5, with the parents, all those young parents. Most of them, of course, are young. And then we do that exhibition. And you have to see those kids, just those kids looking at the exhibition, those 3 expert, even though they're just 8, 9, 10 years old, they're already an expert, they're really good. So you see those little kids, 3, 4 years old, looking at them, really impressed. The parents really impressed. And then the master talks, say, very important things. Karate is just not about karate. Karate is first, we talk about respect of the parents, respect of the teacher at the school. When they're in school, they need to concentrate with the teacher. They need not to go to somewhere else with their mind. They go and they need to concentrate there. And also anything they use in karate, not to use it on the street, except if it's to defend an old people, people, no defense. And you have, people who have drug problem or, whatever, and coming and doing bad things or bullying people. So then you can go and defend, but not to hit. You have to go and block those people and get help to go and have that person to get help, because he has, of course, a problem. Maybe not well educated, maybe drugs, maybe. Anyway, so the master talks, right? And then the parents talks of those kids who come and do the exhibition and comes with their, result of the school. And they show because most of them who do martial arts, they have great, result in school.
Mm-hmm.
So then what makes me happy, it's naturally many of those young parents go to the master and subscribe to their kids in the karate. And that's my way to contribute, the best I can to motivate young parents to put their kids really young, because most of those people who do, sports, this kind of martial arts, it's rare you see those people to do drugs or bad things. So that's what I do a lot when I'm not filming.
Wow, what a subject, right? So it's quite amazing that you take your time for this, part of your life, going and educating and looking and trying to give something back. Sounds amazing.
I mean, I think it's just our responsibility as adults, because if we don't do it, who's going to do it?
Yes, sure. And Mr. Qissi, you grew up in Morocco and Belgium, is that right?
No.
Or in Belgium?
I didn't really grow up in Morocco, because I was born there in 1962.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I was born there in 1962 in the city of Oujda.
Yes.
In 1964, my parents took me to Belgium.
Ah, okay.
So I was 2 years old. I even don't remember.
Yes. Okay.
I opened my eyes in Brussels, in Belgium.
Yeah, great. Yeah. So you don't see any different culture, or you haven't experienced any different cultural shapes or anything. So you just grew up in Belgium, in Brussels.
No, I saw difference. I had a hard time when I was a little, because, as a Moroccan, even though I have a Belgian passport, I still have my skin. I still have the look. I mean, we can see I am not from Belgium really originally. So I had a hard time, because when I was young, I was going to every summer to see the family in Morocco.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So July, August, I was in Morocco to see my granddad, my grandma, uncle. We were really having great time there. The only problem is the kids there, they were a little bit making fun of me, in Morocco, because I had a funny accent. Okay, when I talk, I had a funny accent because I speak French. Then when I'm in Belgium, you can see some of the racism, you can see some of the people, while you are in our country, you eat our bread, go back to your country. I'm not going to say it happens all the time. You have some Belgian people who are great, really nice people. But some of the people at school, young people, how young people can be really mean, they can be really mean. So it touched me when you have kids in Belgium, in the school, saying, macaque, sale Marocain, as I said, not all of them, some of them, but still it hurts. Even only one of them say that to you, it hurts.
Yes.
So then when you are in Morocco on summer to have back, holiday, you have the kids, they're mean too. Kids are mean. They can be sweet and mean all over the world.
Yes.
So the kids in Morocco says to me, they were having fun, they were saying, no, you're not a real Moroccan, So in Belgium, I was not a real Belgian, and in Morocco, I was not a real Moroccan. So as a kid, as a boy, as a little boy, it's hard, it's tough. And I'm not the only one who live that, A lot of stranger can be in Germany, can be in France. A lot of them also live that, experience.
Yes, myself too. Yeah.
You see, it's tough for a kid, It's tough for a little boy. So anyway, what helped me a lot, I went to my older brother Abdel to the boxing, and I've been doing boxing. So because I was bullied sometimes, so I went to do boxing and I defend myself. and then I was respected once I was, of course, champion in boxing. So it was, it was a great time and some difficult time. But I believe that's part of life. You cannot have everything beautiful. So, but I, as much as I was growing up, more positive things happened. I mean, more positive things happen than negative things. And it's because also sports helps a lot. So I believe sports play a huge role for me to be happy in life.
Yes, so it kind of shaped your life, this experience in your childhood. Speaking of your brother, which I also had an interview with your brother, big brother Abdel, previously. So
Yes, exactly. I am a coach
yes.
of boxing. I have my student.
So you are the real Rocky Balboa.
Yes,
The real Rocky Balboa.
And he kind of told me a little bit about his childhood as well. How did it came that you started after boxing also with martial art, with karate? Because it's also known that Mr. Van Damme is a childhood friend. How did it come that you also had both of these, boxing and karate and martial arts?
Actually, I started boxing when I was 7 in La Depse, Rue Général Theys. And Jean-Claude was 9 and he was studying karate. We started pretty much at the same times because he's 2 years older than me. So I was in the basement doing boxing, okay? He was on the ground floor doing karate. So he loved boxing. He loved Muhammad Ali, he loved Bruce Lee, and me too. And he comes down to see the boxing. And that's how we met. And then
at the gym,
I went to see him doing karate. And then he started to come in my home. He loved Moroccan food, tagine, couscous. And then we became like brothers. Went to his home. They had in the ground floor of the home, they had like a flower shop, and upstairs, that's where they were living. So I stay with them sometimes, and he stay with me sometimes, and we go to the theaters together. We go training together. So, of course, when I was doing karate, time to time, I went to do karate. Claude Guts, his master, one day told me, we have la Coupe des Espoirs, like a tournament. You should do it. I said, I'm not really karate. I'm more, boxing. I just come, to work out a little bit with Jean-Claude. Like Jean-Claude comes to work out a little bit with me in boxing. No, you should do it. You should do it. You should do it. Then I did it. Coupe des Espoirs, karate, Shotokan. I was not used to do tournament there, and it was wood floor, not tatami, wood floor. Okay. So and there you have to be bare feet, but I was always used to have like my boxing shoes. So what happened is I did the first fight, I won. The second, I won. The third, I won.
Okay.
And then I had a little problem with the referee. The referee said, "Don't give hook." But I said, I'm not giving hook. I'm giving just jab. Says, no. It's hurricane. So I start to give hurricane, but then I had some elbow problem after because of that. Anyway, because I was not used to of that movement. Because I won those fights because I was extremely quick with my hands. So as soon as he says Ajimi, I go bam, Ajimi, bam, I go and I touch and I was marking point like that, Anyway, fifth fight I lost. My last fight was the final. I was in the final, and my feet were my skin were completely off. Blood. Because of when you're not used of that wood floor, Anyway, So yes, I did some karate. I did some kickboxing. Kickboxing, never in the ring, just in the sparring with Jean-Claude. Jean-Claude did it in the ring. Great fight he did. He won first round knockout with a German guy. And then he did before that, of course, Shotokan kata. He was with the team European champion. And he also did the individual himself, took a lot of championship. He was amazing. He was really, really good, Jean-Claude. And then I was very good in boxing, English boxing, like Muhammad Ali. So became champion, I became champion, and then we had that passion to go to Hollywood.
Yes.
Everybody thought, I mean, you're crazy. Why? I mean, going to Hollywood? You don't even speak English because, of course, at that time we couldn't speak English. You don't have the right to go work there. I mean, people American there, they try to make it in Hollywood. They cannot. And you,
yes,
two little Belgium guy going from Brussels to Hollywood to try to make movies. You crazy. So anyway, we follow our passion. We went there, and from 82 to 86, we really struggled. It was very, very tough time. 4 years of really hard times. And then the big break was Bloodsport.
You both had a dream, and you just said to yourself, we will go there and we believe in us. But can you tell us about the hard times? What was the toughest in the 4 years during that time?
The toughest, actually.
Do you remember anything from that time?
We had so much also in that tough time. We had great time. But the toughest time is when we arrived there, because we had somebody who promised us, which we met in Belgium.
Okay.
He also loved Moroccan food, couscous, tagine, and he came to my home, especially every Friday, because every Friday we do couscous. And he heard we wanted to come to Hollywood. He said, yeah, I mean, I have a home there. My parents have a home there. The day you come, you're welcome to come. And then, until you find a work. So, of course, that gives us motivation to go.
Yes, sure.
But once we were there in Los Angeles, nothing. We called. We said, we're here. He hung up on us. Nothing. But they had